Welcome back to Crucible TV. Big up to ManDem in the building. Big up, big up, big up. Welcome back to What ManDem Saying. I think this is episode 55. Yes, sir. Big up, big up, big up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, you know the deal. Let's do some house cleaning. You know what I mean? Share, subscribe, and like. Big up to ManDem in the building. Big up. Happy to see every single one of you guys, and glad that everybody is doing well and safe. Allow me to how should I say? Production. I apologize. It seemed like I got cut off. Am I back, people? If you see me, you hear me, please give me the thumbs up, please. Give me the thumbs up. I see people in the building. I need to start shouting out people. Honesty, Baz, big up yourself. I see you there. Paul Smith, big up yourself. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Do you guys hear me? If you hear me, please, I just need a quick thumbs up and we keep the ball rolling. Before I hear from anybody, please hit the share button, subscribe, and like. Yeah, so back to what I was about to say about this parade. Everything, we did a quick stream to see how it was, how things were going over there. And it was beautiful. Everything was looking good. Everybody was having fun. And later on the day, we just heard some disturbing news. It's always sometimes when you're having fun and somebody decide that they want to be stupid and they want to how should I say it, do something real damaging. You know what I mean? So okay, good. Thank you, Baz. Thank you, Honesty. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Please, thank you. So I can come back and say what I was saying. Big up to ManDem. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, man, the parade, we were watching it. And everything seems like everybody was having a good time. And then later on, we heard this disturbing news about some nincompoop decided that they're gonna drive through the barricade and then just plow through the crowd. We are very thankful and prayerful that nobody lost their life. But still, people got traumatized. Those injuries, you become, you get traumatized. Even the ones who didn't get injured or, nothing happened to them. Now they're like, yeah, I'm never taking my kid. I'm never taking this. I'm never going there again. They will never, that's something beautiful that we expect in Liverpool to continue having these type of events. A lot of people are upset with the city. It seems like the city did not take it too seriously. They didn't properly plan such occasion, knowing for a fact that the fans have been starved for too long for this specific parade, meaning they winning the EPL. We did the Champions League and we did the double with the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. But you would think the city would be like, hey, this is going to be serious, knowing that it was already rumored that it's going to double whatever parade that we've done in the recent times. So I think certain people needs to be held accountable. The planners need to be held accountable. I know this had nothing to do with the club, because all the club had to do was do their part. Get the bus ready, get the players ready, and go through the route that's been lined up for them. The fans didn't do anything. The fans just needed to show up. Do you get some fans who are overzealous? Yes. It happens all the time when somebody's too excited and too overhydrated. But the city should have planned it better with the police officers and everything that it comes with it. But we are very, very thankful, and shout out to everybody who got affected to it, and the fans who didn't even get hurt or whatever. Now somebody's traumatized, and their kids will never see this life again, because no one is taking their kids if this is going to continue to happen. Because all it takes is one stupid person to do something, and the next person thinks, oh, I can do it too. This does not affect just one set of group of fans. It affects everybody. Because if somebody say, oh, well, you did it to our fans, then I'm going to do it to you. And then it becomes something that we don't need in football. We don't need in society. So I wanted to say that. Big up to ManDem who were affected. Prayers to them, and speedy recovery in your injuries. And Liverpool fans, we're never going to stop. We're never going to stop. You can't stop us. A pandemic could not stop us. A whole pandemic could not stop us. What make you think that a regular person can? We're going to keep winning, and we're going to keep having parades. All right. So big up to you guys. Thank you for joining me again. Let's move on. Like I said, please, while you are walking it, and I know a lot of people watch it from on the X side, please, all you have to do is go to my bio and click, and then just share, man. Share, subscribe, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And those on YouTube, please hit the like button, subscribe. So big news are going on right now. Big news are going on for Liverpool. Liverpool are doing a lot of business this week. So let's start with Wirtz, right? A lot of people are paranoid. They think that this is going to be a case of Zubimendi, a case of Casedo, Jude, or some of them type of things. But no, this is not the same. This is not the same, people. This is not the same. This deal, if you were to believe what's going on, this deal's been going on since January, right? Liverpool's been communicating with Wirtz for a long time. And Wirtz has always, he's a big-time German player, so his eyes are always been on Bayern. But he always have that channel open. His family, who are his representative, always have the channel open in the case that they feel like Bayern does not do what they needed to do. And that's exactly what happened to for him to choose Liverpool. We've been playing our cards so perfectly right that when Bayern got way too cocky, they turned around and said, we're going to Liverpool. That's why City bailed out so early in the game. Because Liverpool had been communicating. And I think City also had this kind of vibe, thinking that, oh, we got money. You come to City, you're going to be taking over KDB. KDB's gone and KDB's position on you. So it was like they didn't give him. Yes, they have Pep Guardiola and they have a whole lot of money in terms of wages. They didn't set up a plan for him. And that's something that we got to commend Arne Slot for doing. Arne Slot had everything was mapped out perfectly for Wirtz to see that when he comes in, this is where his future lies. Bayern were taking it for granted that we are Germany, we are Adidas, you are represented Adidas. It's a no-brainer. You come in anywhere. We don't need to. That's why when he showed up to see company wasn't ready. He wasn't properly prepared, right? City, on the other hand, I think they thought that, oh, we could always bully people with our money. But City needs to understand, you're not there yet. You're not a Real Madrid. Yes, you have won a lot, but you are not on Real Madrid that your brand alone can sway players. So Liverpool, on the other hand, we've been doing our homework. From what some people are saying, Michael Edwards have been talking to this kid before he left Liverpool. And Michael Edwards' new business is based on finding talent and sending them to other teams. So he was a consultant, like a football director who is a consultant. You come see him. Hey, I'm looking for this type of players. He said, well, I've been communicating with this player. Maybe you should go talk to him. You pay him, and then he finds you talent, right? That's what Michael Edwards' job business was before he came back to Liverpool. So it was basically he had been keeping the communication open. But one thing about our deal with this time, which is different from Zubimendi and the Caicedo, is the player himself have given us his word that he wants to come to Liverpool. Right? He wants to come to Liverpool. So that gives Liverpool a chance to work based on what the player said, right? And his club doesn't want him to go to Bayern either. There's no way they want to keep feeding Bayern, which has always been a situation in Germany where every club, when they have a superstar, Bayern just comes and take him. So you never get to Bayern's level. Before I continue, let's see what the ManDem saying. Honestly, say Brentford have approached Liverpool for Kyan Kelleher. Big up to Baz. Big up to Baz. So you go Ekitike of Frankfurt has been closely monitored, while they have also links with likes of Benjamin Seco and Alvarez. Big up to Paul Smith. Liverpool gives permission to John Etihad to talk with Ajax. Yeah, I heard about that. Liverpool new Premier League record, 2 goals for 31 games. Good. We set records, man. Thank you so much for letting me know, man. I don't know what happened, man. Fire production, man. I'm telling you, another set of production is gonna be fired. New update from my 7 people remain in hospital in a stable condition. Oh, thankful for that. Crazy, man. Crazy madness. They have now identified 79 people in total who were injured. I don't know what goes through people's mind sometimes is, yeah, man, they really try to spoil the day. They really try to spoil the day. That's crazy. 1.5 million and it wasn't prepared. Yeah, I mean, they should have, bro. Everybody, this party started when we beat Spurs. Allison told you guys they've been partying for 4 weeks straight. What do you think was going to happen during the parade? They didn't. I think some people in the city council needs to be held accountable for it. It seems like they just like, okay, here, this is your route, keep going. Like, come on, man. That make no sense. Last parade when we did is 850, this parade 1.5. Of course, the next one is going to be over 2 million. The next one is going to be over 2 million. I guarantee you that. I'll be going back next year when we have all 4 caps. The quad, I'll be there with you, Buzz. So, whatever you do, get me a room too. Private jet coming. Yes, sir. Big up. That means you at Ents, huh? And to have your own private jet out there. Big up Arnie for winning manager of the season. Of course. I mean, that was a no-brainer. If they have stolen that from him, we would have questions. Today, Ekitike links. Yes, we shall talk about that. He said, don't believe, big up to Simon. He said, don't believe everything in German press. City never in for Wirtz. Bayern wanted him on the cheap and expected Bayer Leverkusen will bend in their pressure. They pushed too far. That's true. City was actually in him. They have always, if you listen to big time City fan, Big Steve from the Big Six, he said they have always looked at Wirtz to replace KDB. They were trying to get Musiala, but they knew that one was impossible. But so I'll be interested in the length of contract. Anything less than 6 years, worried. Nah, I'm not worried. Ekitike not worth anything over 60. Yeah, we will talk about that. That one is kind of like, it's just like people are just making things up as they go. But back to what Wirtz situation is going to. I mean, there was some rumors that he wanted the deal done by Friday, because that's what before Friday, because that's what they go into international break, World Cup qualifier and all those international friendlies that are coming up. So most of these players are going to camp. When is the Champions League final anyway? Since Liverpool left, I haven't been paying attention to that. But yeah, the contract, it will take care of itself. This is a massive, massive contract. You cannot just put everything together and think that, oh, he should sign this dotted line and then come in here. This is not a regular player, man. This is a big, big contract. And as you can see, Simon saying that it has to be, he's expecting no less than 6 years. If you're going to give somebody no less than 6 years, you have to make sure that everything is properly done. So people need to chillax. If you are believing Fabrizio or any other big time Junos, they're saying that this deal is almost over. The deal is almost over. Wirtz has given his word to Liverpool. Liverpool is in total communicating with Leverkusen. And Leverkusen also is pushing the deal big time. And the cool thing about it is Leverkusen is making it so easy for Liverpool to structure the payments. So, yes, we probably have to put maybe half of the payment down. And then the next thing, if it's 6 years, is 20 million a year, right? They did the same thing with the Frimpong one. The Frimpong deal is so sweet for Liverpool. It's like, what, we put in 16 million down and then the rest is it's not a Leverkusen is not making it hard for Liver in terms of how we're going to structure the payment. Okay, so it's Saturday night. Thank you so much. Big up to Anfield Irishman, people. Big up to him, man. You all need to go to his channel and check him out. Irishman, please, if you can, put your link in the chat so that we can share it. People need to come see you, man. You do big things out there. Very, very good job my man is doing over there. Yeah, so the deal itself is going to happen. I have no qualm about it not happen. Don't even want to think about, oh, what if it doesn't happen? Nah, I'm not even going to put that in the ether. I'm just saying that we just have to be patient because this is not a small time contract. There's so many things that you have to put in place, the image rights. And that's a good thing about Liverpool. We do things early so we could take our time. We are not going to wait till towards the end of the transfer window and then try to get this deal done. And that's how there's always miscommunications and somebody says somebody lied to me and that kind of stuff. We started early, really, really early, actually. We just heard the news. We started early, and now they just have to take their time to structure the business. And like I said, Leverkusen are gracious enough to make it simple where they'll be like, yeah, just pay us. Right, so we gonna be okay. The player is gonna be a Liverpool player, 23 years old. I mean, even the time comes where he wants to move on. Guys, at least 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years, you should win at least 3 big trophies, right? And you could sell him at his peak, which you would definitely be making twice as much. You know what I mean? You're going to be making twice as much. So I'm very excited that we're making this type of deal. People, this is Irishman's channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Big things going out there. I do not associate myself with content creators who I know not doing anything. That is man of football right there. So please, check it out. Yes, so that's for me. That's the thing with Wirtz. I'm cool, calm, collected. I'm relaxed. We shouldn't worry about what other people are saying. I know rival fans are biting. They are hoping that this deal goes south so that they could make fun of us. That's what some Liverpool fans are worried about. Do not worry. This deal, it's almost there. It's almost there. If something was wrong, you would have heard it from Fabrizio right away. Fabrizio has been consistent. We got to big him up on that one. He's been consistent. He said, Liverpool, As not for, I don't think he even has any new news because he's been saying the same thing for about 3 days now. Communication is going on. Deal is being structured. Right now, it's just a matter of time. It's not ifs. It's just when, right? It could be today, maybe sometime this evening, tomorrow, or some people are saying before he goes to international duties. So right now, just relax, enjoy, kick back. You know what I mean? So I'm very relaxed with on that side. What are we saying? He said, don't listen to city propaganda. They're more concerned with getting through the yeah. Yes, sir. They have things to worry about. The only dangers to Liverpool next year is themselves and Chelsea. Do you believe that Chelsea will be ready by next year? I mean, Chelsea have a tendency of, popping up and then all of a sudden, boom, they spike. I don't think their players are ready for big time football. They have been slowly working themselves up. I'll give them that. They've done well to make it to the Champions League. Now, this same squad is going to be playing 2 games back to back. And this is not Conference League where they can use the team C to play Conference League. And then, when it comes to the Premier League, they are back, right? They use their first squad. Now, this is Champions Leagues, right? This is the big time league. You're going to have to use your first team and your first team twice, meaning in Champions League, you're using your first 11. Premier League, you're using your first 11. Do you have players who are going to be consistently doing that? That's what makes teams that are in Champions League so tough. Is because your league, you have to use your best players, and in the Champions League, you have to use your best player. For clubs like Liverpool, we can use our best players. If, let's say, we are in Europa or whatever, we could use our best players, and then we could use our second B team. But in the Champions League, you can't do that. So I don't think, Chelsea is not going to spend a lot of money. They're going to spend some money. They need a striker and I think a center back, a right back maybe, because James keeps getting injured, and I don't know about his cover, who's always injured. I forgot his name, light-skinned brother. And they might need somebody on the left side because Sancho is going back to Manchester United. And I don't think Sterling is it. So Chelsea have some work to do. And do they have the depth enough to be a problem? No. If there's any team that you think is going to be a problem next year, you still have to give it to Arsenal. They got, they get in Zubimendi. It's a big time player. Arsenal's problem is they are not consistent enough. So it doesn't really worry me. City, yes, they'll be a problem, but they won't be a problem as everybody expect them to be because they have to rebuild. And we've never seen Pep rebuild before. And the players that he has, everybody say they're going to spend. They spend money in January. It didn't go so well. They barely made it to the top 4 or top 5. So, and even Liverpool, we have to be sure that we get the right players that will not just hit the road running, but will fit what we already started. So this coming season, and it's a World Cup season too. Oh my Lord. LFC missed a trick, not going in all for Ekitike as well. Is Ekitike going another? I think he's available. I don't see any people going after him yet, but I would love Ekitike to come to Liverpool. More on Hugo Ekitike with Chelsea are currently in concrete talks over him. Understand will like to complete the deal quickly as possible as they are aware of Liverpool. Of course. They know. Wirtz is absolutely dream signing. Massive statement, man. Big time. Big time signing. Big time signing. Big up to ManDem in the building. Please hit the like button. And if you are an X, go on my bio and please hit my YouTube link and just come in, subscribe, please. Subscribe, and hit the like, please. Because YouTube, you've been playing me a lot. No news is good news. Chelsea have no leaders. Facts. Jordan is in the building. He said Real Betis need to win tonight. Yay. Anthony, the redemption song, yeah? He said, yes, Baz. Chelsea has a good squad. Just need a few additions in form team. And Prem won 7 out of the last 8 games. Yeah. Yeah, they did well. You have to give it to them. You got to give it to them. Big up. Don't underestimate them, dude. That's why it's important getting signing in quickly. No, I'm not underestimating anybody. I'm just saying Chelsea, we will have to go down. Any team coming up is going to be harder than people expect. Right? Liverpool will have to come down for anybody to catch us up. So that's my thing. Yes, Gusto is not, he's been injury prone lately towards the end of the season. Actually, since half of the season. So I think they need a right back also. Rasta Crab is in the building. Big up yourself. Rasta, come through the barbershop, man. You need to come to the barbershop. Long time not going, man. Baz says, Bon Arsenal. Yes. Gusto, that's the guy. Chelsea has money. They had a lot of outgoing last season. Zubi not as good as previous season. A lot of injury this season. Yeah, Chelsea always have money, but I don't think they're gonna spend as people expect them to spend like previously. The fact that they are even worried that Liverpool can come in and take Ekitike from them should tell you, right? If they have all that money, they know they could spend, just like the Caicedo situation. But they don't. They overspend. That's why them going to Champions League was a big thing for them, because PSI was right on their behind. So what are we discussing today? Well, a lot of rumors. We're just talking about what ManDem saying in them spaces. People are worried about Wirtz. They don't know why the deal is not done already, thinking that this is just something you walk in the store and you pick up. Ekitike came from nowhere. I think Pletigo is the one who started this news. Let's move on to Ekitike. Why don't we just move on to Ekitike and talk about what's going on? Okay, so Ekitike, are you guys think he's the dude who could Nunes move on and he comes in and take over? I mean, is he better than Nunes? Yes. And he's an up-and-coming player, so he has more time, to develop. His ceiling is way, way higher than Nunes, right? At this stage. The question that I have is, it's funny how people say, oh, we don't want players who are developing, but yet we want Arne Slot to do what he did for Gravenberg, to do the same thing for all the players that we're trying to get. So I get confused with that. Now, if you ask my opinion, I want players who are right there, that are they just need a big club just to move on, i.e. Kudus, right? Players like that where these guys are good. If they get a big time club, they're going to just take off. The same time when we get Mane, same time where we got Salah. Those are the players that if the players is not already a superstar, that's where they need to be for me, because I'm expecting Liverpool to dominate in the next 5 and upcoming years. Those are the players that I want, whether they are 100 million or 25 million. That player that is about to explode, if he's not a superstar yet, I need the player to be, he's just about to explode. I don't believe Ekitike is there yet. I believe he needs at least one more year at the Bundesliga, and then, maybe you see, because he just came from nowhere. Nobody could tell me how well he played the season before. And that's the part where I get annoyed with some of these content creators who just jump into hype. They want hype players, always hype. Oh, this guy. Oh, go get this guy. Bro, we're trying to win. We're trying to dominate. We're trying to do doubles. We're trying to take over, basically. But people just like hype players. They see one player, they be like, wow, this guy is so exciting. That's the player. I'll give you this another player. João Pedro, same thing. João Pedro is not ready yet. You guys aren't. People are forgetting the type of club Liverpool is. You have to compare the club that the player is at and where he's going. You are coming to a club where Liverpool, especially their fan base, expecting you to be here. No room for excuses. Right? We are looking at no room for excuses. We are not going to, right now, Liverpool fans are not going to give any player the same amount of time like they did with Nunes. They want the guy who's coming off the bench to be like what's the name? Jota, when Jota is on form. Where when he comes off the bench, go. You are not looking for players who are developing right now, especially in the striker position, especially in the forward position that we know that we've been starved with so many goals. All the Unos has been going on Salah. Why do you think some of you guys wanted Diaz out last year or at the beginning of the season? Go for Gordon. So this is the part where when you listen to some of these content creators or these people, let's go get this one. Let's go, because those, I call them hype players. They are not there yet. Where are they good? Yes, they're good. Are those type of the profile we need to be paying attention? Yes. But are they here right now? No. 100 million for Ekitike. Are you kidding me? So that means Wirtz needs to be at 200 right now. Now, you're going to be like, well, Wirtz is also young. No, Wirtz has been doing this for a long time for his age. This guy has 4 years of consistent high GAs, high performance. This kid was already made as the next German, the next kid who's going to take over Toni Kroos when he was 18 or something like that. Can you say the same thing about Ekitike? We got to stop this super hype. Same thing with João Pedro. Can you say the same thing about João Pedro? Is João Pedro on his way up? I agree. I will concede on that. But is he that dude right now that when you take Nunes out, João Pedro is coming in and he's taking over and start banging 20 goals? Remember, scoring 20 goals for Brighton is not the same thing as scoring 20 goals for Liverpool. Haaland in Man United was banging in 15 goals at Atlanta. Did he even score a goal this season? I don't know. Somebody tells me. We need to stop these hype players. But I will not be the only one talking. Let's see what ManDem are saying. Frimpong, Kerkez, for me, get Kerkez or Sesko, and I'm happy. Is that thought on Diaz leaving this summer? Who replaced him? I don't think Diaz is leaving. Liverpool likes him. The fact that they didn't swap him for Alvarez last season tells me that they don't want him to go anywhere. I think unless some dummy money comes in, 85 million, nothing less. And that kind of cash will come from Saudi. Is Diaz ready to go to Saudi right now in the World Cup season? I don't think so. Barcelona will probably buy Rashford right now because he's cheap, 40 million. You know what I mean? They could get performance from him. And him going to Barcelona will do him a lot of good because he will play well. He may not be their dude. He'll come off the bench. But Liverpool are not selling Diaz for no less than 75 mil. And right now, there's no club who's going to pay him. And he's 28. Gusto is set. Stop hating. More on Hugo Ekitike with Chelsea currently concrete. Yeah, we talked about that. Big up to Perito Emperor. Big up yourself, man. We want LFC Resurrect Rash Daglish partnership. Exactly. He said, I thought we're getting Alvarez. That's what I thought. I thought it was Isak or Alvarez. And then all of a sudden, Ekitike comes in and everybody lose their mind. That's the same thing that happened with the Alvarez hype. It was Isak. All of a sudden, Alvarez banging a couple goals against Madrid and Barcelona, and then in the Champions League, that everybody turned into Alvarez. So I don't know. There's too much hype on players that are not ready yet. Ekitike is not the guy. I agree. If he comes, we need another top striker. I don't mind him coming. I'm not saying he can't come, but he cannot come in and replace Nunes. Remember, Nunes is our main striker. The reason why he hasn't been playing is because the manager has not said that he's not even his performance. His lack of, like Nunes, even if Nunes don't score goals, he's going to put in the shift. His form dipped a lot during the season. So the manager was like, yeah, you done. And then Jota was also injured. His injury, he never recovered. So at least I would say we got 3 spots. I still don't think Chiesa will be here. I think Chiesa, we won't sell him, but he'll probably go on loan. Nunes is gone. Jota, he's not safe. Even though I don't think it will happen, I don't think he's safe that he's going to be staying. So, yeah. Kerkez is the one ideally. I mean, Kerkez, the thing with Kerkez, and you can see why a lot of big clubs are not going after him, is the whole Portuguese league. Because I think everybody's looking at Nunes and be like, Nunes was banging in goals. He was playing well. He comes to Liverpool under Klopp and even Slot, and he still didn't perform. So everybody kind of like, whoa, let's see what's out there first. Kerkez has been banging in a lot of goals, both Champions League for his country and a whole lot of goals in Portugal. But still, not everybody is really, really going after him. The striker market is skinny. It is skinny right now, paper thin. Big up, Justin. Good to see you. Ekitike, just not it. If he had serious talent, PSG will not be letting him go. We have dance already. See, I'm just saying, the guy is talent. He's very pleasing on the eye for his guy of his size. I guess people look at him, they'll be like, well, this is kind of like an Isak type of thing. If we can get Isak, let's bring this kid in. He will give us the goals. That's the same thing we did with Nunes. Pedro is not a striker in my opinion. Exactly. And I'm tired of not having strikers. I need an out-and-out strikers. I'm tired of this Pep/Klopp false 9 narrative. We need an out-and-out striker. That's why I am on the Isak bandwagon. We need to bring Isak. And I'm going to say something about Isak right after this. He is more of a Bob. Exactly. And that's why people have missed Bobby so much. And I blame Nunes. People have blamed Bobby so much. It's all the attackers that they look at. All of them look like, in some form of shape, play identical to how Bobby used to play. Even Alvarez. Dustin in a building. Who will you get other than Isak and Alvarez? Brother, I have not looked anywhere else because I want these strikers. I do not want to put it in the ether where, oh, well, no, Liverpool, we are big, bad Liverpool right now. We spending money. Ching, ching. I need Isak, whatever it takes. Otherwise, keep Nunes out there. But I'll get back to you on that one. I'll get back to you. I haven't looked at any other one because I'm so laser focused on one person. Big up yourself, J. Kismet. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Glad that you're in the building. He said Edwards should throw the bank for Isak. Bro, you and me, we here. That's what I'm saying. He said, question, what if Gakpo goes to Bayern? Then we have a lot of problem because then we have to go find a whole new set of attackers. Then you could bring... Then that means you have to bring Alvarez and Isak. Yeah, I'm greedy. Because the cool thing about Alvarez and Isak is they can interchange. If them both are playing, they can swap. The problem is, are you going to have Alvarez and Isak running back always to come help the fullback? then that means you cannot use McAllister and Wirtz, because you will need somebody to cover the fullback. You see what I mean? So that's why I think Gakpo is not going anywhere. You're not going to get an industrious winger like Gakpo right now. Gakpo, I know there's been the talk about Bayern is looking at him. Liverpool's not letting Gakpo. Gakpo is a big-time player for Liverpool. And he and Diaz, that's why I don't see Diaz going anywhere. That left side, where Bayern needs somebody on the left side. That's why they're looking at Mitoma right now. How many players are we losing in order to get these 3 players? We need to build the squad. Facts, we're losing quite a bit. I'm saying, okay, up front, realistically, 1 for sure, right? But I think it's probably going to be 3. We need somebody on the right, which I think we have in Frimpong, because you still have Bradley, because Frimpong can deputize for Salah too. We need 2 center backs, because everybody's been telling me that Kwanzaa and Gomez are on their way out. So right there, you got to replace those 2, unless that new kid that we just gave a contract from the academy is going to be kicking in, right? Of course, left back and the fullbacks already been replaced. So we need at least 6 or 7. The way things are going, we may have to bring 6 or 7. But there's going to be a lot of players, I think. And then talking about who's next, Robo puts a tweet out that everybody eyebrow raised like, yo, what's Robo saying? You know what I mean? It seems like he's thinking that I might not be, but Robo, we need you to stay, because Kerkez is the new you, and we need you to prepare him for that, to take over. So, Robo, I don't think you're going anywhere. Simicas is gone. Elliott is gone. Nunes. Endo is the one that I'm not sure. We need Endo, because that's the utility player that you could plug him anytime and any game. He can, those Carabao Cups and those FA Cups, you need him for that. He needs to start those games, right? And then when you need to shut up shop, you need a player like Endo. So I think we're going to be losing at least 6 or 7. So we have to directly replace them. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up, ManDem. Big up. Bro, who are you expecting to come in after these 3 signings coming so far? Right now, a center back or a striker. This is what, okay, maybe I'm not being realistic, but we need to put in our head that a striker for Liverpool is as important as Wirtz coming in, Frimpong coming in, and Kerkez coming in. People need to understand that. We cannot rely on our defense alone next season. Teams are not going to allow us to do that. Then we will become like Arsenal. We need somebody who could bang in goals, because we cannot just put everything on Mo. Diaz and Gakpo are not goal merchant like Salah is. So if you coming in and you bring in Wirtz, then you telling me you want Wirtz to be a false 9, which takes away of a lot of his qualities. Wirtz needs to have a free role in that number 10. And he needs to find somebody to give the ball to. Somebody say, well, we can move Salah there. True, but we can't keep playing Frimpong on the wing, because Bradley has been showing signs of injuries. So there's a lot of work needs to be done. Liverpool, as good and as we are right now, we have a lot of work to do. And that's one thing that I like about Liverpool is we are doing the business early. We are bringing him in before we let them out. See, usually we used to when Edwards was there, we'll bring him in and then we let him out. But then eventually we stop doing that and just let him out and then bring him in. Hence the reason of sell to buy. But right now, one thing I like about what Liverpool is doing right now is we are letting them in, and then eventually you will see those who are heading out the door. So for me, after these 3 coming in, a striker needs to be on next. But I probably think a center back will be the next one. For me, it's a striker, but I think the club will probably bring in for a midfielder, I think the midfielder side, they will wait till preseason because we got Bachete coming in and he's been playing well. So the manager wants to see. If it doesn't work, then we will dip again into the market. It's a different day, different player. You know, silly season has started. I still want Isak. Pause. Bro, I do not want to look anywhere. I do not want to look anywhere. I think Romano playing games helping Frankfurt get the price inflated. This brother should have been 35 to 40 million. All of a sudden, when Mamouche was 85. So they looked at Mamouche and they be like, well, if we got 85 for Mamouche, we could get more money on this kid. And because the striker market is so thin, like Rasta was saying, everybody has inflated all the strikers' prices. It's crazy to me. Where are all these strikers been, man? Where are all these? Back in the day, there would be so many of them. The development, because football moves in evolution, right? So everybody has been moving players into instead of an out-and-out striker, they've been developing more attackers or forwards, like they say, right? A player who can play across the front three. Instead of developing somebody who knows the qualities of putting the ball in the back of the net. That is something that is gone from the game, and it needs to come back because it's there's not too many goals these days. There's not too many goals these days. Only one. That's why Kerkez and Haaland, they become amazing because they're banging in goals. Back in the day, a lot of clubs were doing, a lot of strikers were doing that for fun. Even when the mid-level strikers were banging in goals. It's just, yeah, man, the game needs to get back to its traditional. And, I'm traditional, so. Yeah, and I'm not spending 100 million on an Ekitike. No way. If we're going to spend 100 million, we need to spend on Isak. I will buy Ekitike for 50 mil. Even to me, that's a little bit too much. The max I will pay is 40-45. 40-45. He doesn't have a track record of being that type of expensive player. Big up Bass. He's with Isak as well. We know he can do it. The Premier League, and that will take away the settle in England question. Facts. That's the whole thing. Kerkez, I've seen Kerkez live a few times. Never thought he'd be a Liverpool striker one day. Inflated price as well. Facts. Bless up. Bro, it's going to be difficult, but now just never know. Isak not coming for Kerkez and Sesko so similar to Nunes. Not many top strikers out there, but then while the scouts being paid big bucks for FSG not going to spend 100 million for a striker. So true that. Bobby still did the job though. There's not going to be another Bobby for generations, man. There was Bobby and then Benzema. They were the only two false nines that you were like, yo. And Benzema had to change the way he played when, he was getting older. Because back in the day, Benzema was an out-and-out striker. People, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. How many likes do we have, man? Honestly, how many likes do we have? Come on. People, hit the like button, please. If you're on X, please hit my bio. You see my YouTube channel link over there. Come in and hit the like button, and then you can go back on X. Subscribe if you haven't. We are almost there to 400. So please, today, get us to at least 392. Get us to 392. That's just 4 more. Alvarez, happy in Spain. I fear Jonathan David will appear in the horizon. I agree with you, Kwesi. We need a body in the box just waiting to bang in goals. That's what we need, man, because Salah and Diaz and Gakpo, they'll be making that channel run on the wing. And every time they look up, nobody's in the box. Man, when we played Arsenal, it became so annoying because we will bypass their defense, and all of a sudden, when Gakpo or Salah look up, nobody's there. And then they have to hold the ball and wait till everybody comes in. Yeah, man. He's a question. How many years have you and I spoken? Since day one, my brother. Since day one. We've been talking about this kid. And we club Oh, if I catch you, man, you should have gotten Isak instead of Nunes. That one was like, that's a big L on Club. I'm sorry. I love Club. But that one, Gordon ain't coming. Nah, Gordon is not as good as he used to be. People, you cannot tell me Gordon is better than Gakpo or Diaz right now. Liverpool are ready to sell Kelleher with the goalkeeper valued XX of 20. Shoot. Kelleher's not going for no less than 35. I'll have words with Hughes if he's selling less than 35. Dude, I don't listen to Sibet creators. I listen to Oshiman and Joyce. Oh, Ornstein and Joyce. I almost said Oshiman. Why am I? Hey, Oshiman is still available, you know. I don't know why Chelsea will go for Ekitike when they've been chasing for Oshiman for about a year now, or even a year plus since he was in Napoli. I mean, the deal could not fall through because they waited so long. Romano, I am not too sure. Just strange him. Plentyberg, pedals. 7 players helping. Plenty goal. Yeah, he's the one. I mean, he's very good with the German side, like Sasha. But sometimes I think they've been paid to inflate player prices. Pedro is an opportunity signing for LFC if he has a secret. Yeah, Pedro, I would take him if we lose Diaz. But right now, my priority, and I think our priority for Liverpool, is the one who's going to be the Don Dada up front. And that is not Pedro, and that is not Ekitike. I don't care. You guys can tell any content creators out there to come talk to me. Stop with the hype. We got a lot of content creators who just love to hype players just so that people will say that, oh, we know about you. Not even watch him. Don't tell me you've been watching Ekitike for 2 years straight. A lot of people don't even know that he was at PSG and PSG sold him to Frankfurt. We got a big-time talent waiting to come in on the wings. Rio, him too, they're going to have. I believe if we lose Chiesa, Rio is going to be that dude. He's going to be moved to that position. He'll be the 6th striker, where he will get a lot of Carabao games, a lot of FA games, and then he'll be coming on and off during the season. Robertson ain't leaving because Celtic already got, yeah, that's true. So, Robo, you staying. He has been sitting on the deal since November and less than 2 years contract. Deco wants him at Barca, and if they sort their finance next, Barca has been sorting their finances. They broke. You don't understand how broke Barca is. That's why it's so amazing how they get these players. And most of these players, do you think Diaz's salary is cheap? Wait till he goes to Barca. Barca is not going to double his salary. They're not. Most of these players playing for Barca are playing for the brand. They're not playing because they're making a lot of money. Those days are over. That's what got them in trouble in the first place, paying people 800 grand a week. Diaz, if he goes there, he's not going to make over 100. The most he's going to make is 100. That's why I say he is staying. People saying Robo to Celtic need the papers. They just signed Tierney. Yep, they need to read. Yeah, Tierney left Arsenal. Haha. Diaz is a bang average. Sorry. Stop hating. Diaz is the top player. Don't get me wrong. I am gassed about the players coming in, but if leaves up short, improving squad players, yeah, man, we have to get. If we get sorted out, I'm Gucci. He said, you take 60 for Diaz? Is that what he's saying, Irishman? Jamie Vardy, opportunity FSG. That would be if we don't sign anybody and it's the last day of the transfer window and it's the last hour. From what I'm hearing, he's going to Crystal Palace. Big up Liverpool 67. We need midfield destroyer, DM more than forward. As long as Mo's still here, we okay. No, Mo is still here. But remember, Mo is not the young Mo we used to anymore. So we can't just keep our faith in just Mo. Let's get the likes up. Thank you so much. We got Edward in the building. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Thank you for coming through. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. To be fair, Frankfurt, they have been selling their striker for a lot of money. Remember, they sold Colo. What happened to him? The only striker that's been making noise, and that's because maybe he's a city, is Mamouche. He's a DM or burst. That's what I'm saying. The DM part is gonna be in the middle, maybe around July, when Arne Slot have accessed Bacetic and what he's gonna do with Endo, right? That's why I think the DM was important. Baliba for me. Baliba for me. Are we gonna spend another 100? That's the question. But Baliba for me. That one is essential. Essential because Szoboszlai will do well in the 8. You have your number 10, and then you have McAllister. We cannot let McAllister be bullied like the amount of time he got bullied. It's crazy though. We got a lot of midfielders, people. We got Gravenberg, you got Szoboszlai, you're gonna have Wirtz, and then you're gonna have you have McAllister, and then you have Jones. I think Elliott is gone. So yeah, that position also is gonna be crazy how Arne Slot is gonna figure that puzzle out. Funny people compare Sesko to Darwin, but leave out Sesko is not the main guy. That's true. Open that is. So numbers wide, Sesko, I would say 18 months ago, he was that dude that everybody was like, yo. That's why Arsenal fans are, why do we get him? Why do we get him? In the last couple months, his form has dipped drastically, man. He said, my phone says you got one watching. What? I got 155 here. You know? That's crazy. YouTube be killing me, man. YouTube be killing me. But people, we got a lot of people on YouTube. All the people on YouTube, please hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we are over 20 likes. All the people on X, if they come to YouTube and hit the like button, we're gonna set a new record on the likes. So we got 157 of you guys here per my count. So please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Kwesi, Ekitike, even 50 million is too much, but you want 50 million for a bond like Elliott? That's deluded. Brother, hey, if somebody wants to buy him for 50, that Elliott is a good player, you know. It's just he doesn't have, since that injury, he hadn't had so many opportunities to play. He needs to go to a place where he will be looked at to play all the time. And he should not go to the bottom of the pyramid, and he should not go to any team lesser than Aston Villa. That's why I will, if I were him, I will send him to Germany or Spain. He needs to find a way to rediversify his game because he's becoming a one-style player. That's why he's not getting so many chances to play. The style he plays is like Salah. We already got Salah. We need something else. Well, Guan, he said, it's not Rio, it's Rio Dino. They take out souls, aka Mr. Secret File. Man, when the day that we start releasing that kid, man, bro. Barca won the domestic trouble and they get a new sponsor, so they will get money. True, but they also have a lot of debt. Have you seen the stadium? The stadium was supposed to be ready. Yeah, Diaz on 55K at the moment. So even if he goes to Barca, he's gonna get close to 80. They're not gonna pay him 150 grand. I promise you. Moani is killing at Juventus, but injuries are issues. That's the thing. We can't deal with injuries anymore. Wharton is the midfielder I did go for. But Wharton, he's good. He gives me the former Arsenal player vibe. Very skillful, strong. But the thing is, he gets bullied a lot and he gets injured. I don't know. He's been injured a lot this season. Last year, he was a revelation. For me, well, he's a DM. We got Wirtz. So I was going to say Rogers is another player that I looked at. Keep on, sell one between Elliott and CJ. I think one of them is gone. He said, Kwesi, I like your humor. Respect. Thank you, thank you. Kerkez, Jimmy Star, good to see you. Long time no see, brother. Good to see you. Kerkez is the striker to get. Or Kane, if there's a release clause. I'll get Kane. And today, somebody made a good point saying that if Isak does not go anywhere, he may be the replacement for Kane. That's actually a good shout. Because I think Kane, this is his last year in Germany, and he'll probably come back to England. Kane, yeah, Isak to Bayern, it's a great, great shot for them. But for me, I'm just trusting that what Slot is building. Let's see, he gets Sesko and he kills it. It's happy days. I say that because he made Santi Jimenez a killer in Fenyo. Okay. Oh, shoot. We got the Kennel in the building. ManDem saying you moving shaky, fam. What do they mean I'm moving shaky? I'm telling you, man, where you been? First of all, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Fam, it's all good. Good to see you, Kennel. Good to see you. Thanks. Good to see you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Glad to see that you're well. Big up to ManDem. Please hit the like button, please. I feel coach like Arnie will have his gut. He will trust his guys. Yeah. The one guy no one expect will be the turner one. Yeah. Just like Gravenberg. He said Kane has unfinished business in the Prem and let him stay for about 2-3 years. And in the time you can grind the next guy to learn under him. I don't think he's leaving right now. He's going to stay with them for at least one more year, which they'll win the league again. Kane wants Champions League. So he will probably stay with Bayern. I don't see Bayern winning the Champions League next season. They got a lot of problems that they need to fix. Their midfielders are getting older. Kimmich for a while, a lot of people were saying that he's leaving. Is Goretzka staying? I heard that he's gonna leave for FFP or something reasons. Is Davis staying? Did he sign a new contract? So yeah, Bayern has a lot of work to do to build a squad. For Bundesliga, they have a squad to win. For Champions League, doing both, I don't think so. But let's go to Isak. This is the thing with Isak. Isak, you cannot stay at Newcastle one more year. I'm sorry. Newcastle is a big club. Yes, they have the fan base. Yes, they got the money. But they can't spend it because guess what? FFP and PSR purposes. They do not generate enough fans for them to spend the money that their owner have. But Isak, you already taking them to Champions League. You already and give them one of the best feeling by beating PSG at St. James Park. You have won a trophy for them, something they haven't done in many, 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 many moons. Bro, it's time for you to go with the big boys. It's time for you to see if you can do it at the big boys level. You know what I mean? Earlier, I was saying that certain players scores a lot of goals at where they at, but when they go to big clubs, the pressure gets to them. I'm in the belief that Isak can handle the pressure. Right? So he has 2 years left. He hasn't signed. He's been offered a new contract and he hasn't signed it. Yes, they made it to the Champions League barely. That's because Aston Villa did not do what they're supposed to do, and Forest did not do what they're supposed to do. Forest should have been in the Champions League games ago. Waiting till the last game of the season to make it a Champions League, that was a bottle job. I don't care whether you were a small club or not. That was a bottle job by Forest and Aston Villa. They had ample time to make it into the Champions League. This year, the top 5 makes it to the Champions League. So there's no excuse, right? Forest just needed a draw. And they couldn't make it. So that's a bottle job. And they were in second place at one point, not just at the beginning of the season. So I'm saying Isak, and this is a message to Isak, he needs to start thinking about, I need to go play for big boys. Yes, I'm greedy. Yes, I want you to come to Liverpool. But you need to find a bigger, even if you go to Arsenal, we want to see if you can do it over there. But if you stay at Newcastle because they're in Champions League, next year the Champions League is not going to be as easy as the one that he played the year before. That has changed. It's a league now, right? 2 more games, harder teams. So that is for Isak's side. Now, Newcastle is going to make it hard because they want him to stay and help them win more trophies, do well in the Champions League and do well in the Premier League. So they will, trying to get him is going to be crazy. But I don't think he's is impossible. I think he can be got. If the money is right, Newcastle sell, because guess what? Newcastle needs the money to build. That squad they have right now is not going to do anything in the Premier League and the Champions League. Oh, they will be in there. They will probably make excitable games, but then it's not going to be consistent. If you remember, when they were in the Champions League, they did well in the Europe, and then they fell off in the Premier League. They struggled big time, right? If they don't, and they have a lot of players who's going to leave, and those players are not going to bring a lot of them. I think 2 of them are going for free, actually. So they need big money selling. Like I said big money. Big players selling, meaning Gordon or Isak. Or even, what's his name? Bruno. So that's what I'm saying. And on the Liverpool side, we need to test him. We need to put pressure on him. I guarantee you, if Liverpool put pressure on Newcastle, say, hey, we want to talk about this player. And Newcastle say, okay, the money is this. Isak sees that Liverpool wants him. It will turn his head. At the end of the day, you brought them to Champions League. You're not leaving them dry and high like that. You have already given them a Champions League before you give them a trophy. Because if I think he stays, he's making the same mistake Kudus has been making for the last 18 months. Kudus right now needs to leave West Ham. Whether he comes to Liverpool or goes to Arsenal or goes to Chelsea. Chelsea need a left winger, right? Kudus will be a great player for Chelsea. So these players, yeah, man. Because after this season, it's a wrap. No big club is going to come after you because it's a World Cup season. A lot of players will show up in the World Cup scene. And even though people say the World Cup time is the worst time to buy players because how they play in the tournament is different from how they play consistently in the league. But I think that Isak needs to push hard. He literally needs to say, okay, guys, I've been here. I'm not signing a new contract, because if they keep him 1 more year, that 100 million goes down to 40. At best, they'll make 50 next year, unless that's the deal. And that's why when somebody mentioned that, hey, maybe Bayern will tell Isak, stay 1 more year, Kane is gone next year, and then you are the guy. We'll come and get you for 50. And Isak going to Bayern, man, he will crash. He will crash that league, I believe. But Liverpool needs to put pressure on Newcastle. If Liverpool do not put pressure on Newcastle, I think that's a big time fail for our transfer window. Yeah, we got Wirtz, we got Frimpong, we got Kerkez. Our problem is goal scoring. We didn't score enough goals. I'm not talking about the last four weeks of the season. The season was already done. But I'm talking about the games that we drew. Those were because we were not consistently playing well attack. Bringing in Wirtz will help us in the final third, which killed us in the when we played against PSG in certain games. But we need somebody who is as good on the ball in the final third. And that's why I'm so happy about Wirtz, because his final third passes, so Bosley did not do well. Let's be honest, Salah didn't do well. Even McAllister was, 50-50. Our final third was poor. That's why we lost to PSG. But let's see what ManDem is saying. I feel coach. No, we already talked about that. He said Kane has unfinished business. We talked about that. Tottenham Hotspur have been offered the opportunity to sign by winger Leroy Sané. If they get him, they got a baller. Sané should have been that dude. And because of his attitude, that's what cost him. And that's why nobody wants to touch him. Can Red Armchairs in the building. Big up yourself. He said, can give a war chest to a rival club to bring into the title race. True. We will be taking their best player, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, we all agree that there is the striker position or is less. So they will have to take as much money as they can to build a team that can score more goals, because you saw what their problem was. When Isak went down, nobody was scoring the goals. They didn't win any games when Isak was down the last, 3 games? They lost to Everton at St. James Park. They lost to Arsenal. And I believe they lost to, is it Chelsea or somebody else? Or drew with somebody else. Right? So they need more than just having Isak there. They need more attackers. So you need the money to go spend. So instead of just hoping your whole thing on Isak, why don't you build a new attacking front? Brentford have approached Liverpool. Yeah, we heard about that. Like I said, no less than 35 mil. Isak would need to push hard. I agree with you. He needs to push hard. He definitely needs to push hard. Kudu's boat is leaving. Yeah, man. After this season, if he doesn't go to a big club, man, he might as well just move on to Saudi Arabia next. Go get your money. Liverpool set a new Premier League record by scoring 2 goals in 31 different games. Big time. Anfield Irishman, yes, but we already have a problem with them, especially their midfield. Give them 100 mil and they will lose 1 good player and buy 2. So, that Red Armchair, the idea is, where are you at, right? Certain teams need 1 player, certain teams need 2. So you keeping 1, knowing that you got other problems and you can't fix it. Instead of saying, okay, we're going to have to let this guy go so we can fix these problems. That's the debate you're having with us right now. And I agree with Irishmen. We are giving you money for your best player. And that money, you need to make sure that you spend it wisely to fix the problems that you have, because you have more problems than just that 1 player. You see what I mean? That's what we're saying. We're not saying that what we're saying is wrong. They have a very strong midfield. They have a very, very strong midfield, but they don't have enough goal scorers. Gordon, that's the thing. Gordon is not a goal scorer. He's very good on the wing. Is he even good with assists? They need a lot more than just Isak. That's the problem. And yes, they have money. Their owner is the richest person in world football, but he can't spend his own money. They have to generate enough money to spend. The players that they are losing, most of them are going for free. So that's the thing. You want to keep Isak and just bring some adequate players to replace him. I mean, to just join him and still not do anything. Remember, you go into Champions League. It's not the same Champions League that they played earlier. Some LFC fans were out there calling for us to sign KDB. All the while, Hughes is out here buying the next KDB. Facts, bro. I think I'm going to steal this. I'm going to steal this and post it on Twitter. That is some major truth you're talking there, man. I want a KDB. I want a KDB. Look how greedy I am. I'm saying, imagine in the 65th minute or in the 75th minute, Wirtz is coming off. And guess who's replacing it? KDB. Brother. That's how I want it. Hey, my bro, hope you're doing well. Doing well, brother. Good to see you, Patel. Good to see you. Hope you also doing well, man. Big up to ManDem in the building. So that's my spiel about the Isak thing. And for some people, it may be for Alvarez. And from what I'm hearing, Alvarez will be cheaper than Isak and Ekitike. But then, with Alvarez, we are in a position where or Atletico Madrid is in a position where they don't need Alvarez. They don't need to sell Alvarez. They just need to bring in one more. Hence the reason why people say Nunes might go that way. Because they got most of their team is ready to go. They need somebody to help Alvarez. So that's the difference between Atletico Madrid and Newcastle. Jim Star said FSG are proving to be best ownership in football, business done right, great talent ID, and of course, Linda. She's a looker. She's a looker. Brings that extra punch. Listen, I've been telling people FSG has been the best owners in the EPL. I told people to prove me wrong. I said, who? They said the city owners. I'm like, yeah, they're so great that they're cheating. Toboli spent $1 billion and they could barely made it crack the top 4. We're not going to talk about Manchester United fans, right? We're not going to talk about Ineos and Glazers. What's the name? Kerkez, they are very good owners too. Arsenal fans don't know that, but they are very good owners. The idea is gone are the days where Abraham used to spend. Those days are over now. It said Ekitike is a good alternative at the moment, knowing that Alvarez and Isak are highly unlikely, but he's too expensive. I'm not spending 100 million on an alternative striker. I'm spending 100 million on that dude. The speed of business right now is a sign we are not messing around. Arsenal need to learn. Trust me, Arsenal will sign all the players they need. Talk about we won the transfer window, and then on the first kick of the game of the season, they're gonna say, "Oh, but we're missing this though. Our owners is not ambitious enough," and they already make excuses for the players to follow upon. Arsenal fans are the problem. They are the reason why their players are not winning. It doesn't matter whether you get no team gets all the players they want, including City with all their money. But they don't make excuses. Arsenal fans make excuses. As soon as the season kicked off and let's say they don't get a left back that they wanted, well, our owners are not ambitious. This is the reason why we're not going to win. And then when they don't win, they start complaining. Whether you get it or not, you go in and you play as you're going to win until let it be apparent that, oh, that left back was the reason why we don't win. Stop making excuses, Arsenal fans. So we move on to Kerkez. I think Kerkez deal is almost done. Personally, I think it's already been made obviously that he has agreed to terms with Liverpool. Right now, the only thing going on is the agreement between Bournemouth and Liverpool. I believe they are talking about 45 to 50 million. Liverpool are stuck between 35 to 40 million. So that's where the sticky part is. I think he will be a Liverpool player. I think we will get him for 38 plus some add-ons. The thing is, Liverpool, we are so good these days that we end up paying the add-ons. Nunes, we're going to have to end up paying 85 million for him because of how well we've been playing. Maybe a little less because he did not achieve certain personal goals that was set for him for his add-ons. But in terms of club add-ons, we won the league, so we may have to pay him more money. With Kerkez, I think we will probably get it over the line at 38. So he'll probably come up to maybe 43. As close to 45 as possible. So the deal is almost done. On the player side, it's ready to go. We already talked to the player. The club gave us permission to talk to the player. We have talked to the player and his representative. It's just Liverpool and Bournemouth needs to agree on something. In your opinion, if we get a striker, do we let Diaz go? No, we don't. Why should we let Diaz go? We need all the best players. Remember, Liverpool plays every competition. We play every competition. So we need as much good players as possible. We should not let Salah keep playing all these games. Like, the thing is, yes, I'm talking about having a striker as a striker is important, but center back is also very, very important. We cannot allow Virgil playing 60 odd games plus international games. Right? So Liverpool do have business and a puzzle to set up. Yes, and Slot will probably love to have a small squad so that he can focus on. But if you are Liverpool, that's a risk that you don't want to overtake. Klopp tried it, and it didn't end so well. In the beginning, it was good because Mo and Mane and Bobby and Henderson and Gini and Fabinho and the back four never got injured. For 2 seasons, we played the same 13 players or 15 players. And then when we started going further and playing a lot of competition, it was not working anymore. People were getting injured, and players like Mane, who never gets injured, were getting injured. So, yes, the manager will probably want a small squad so that he doesn't have to worry about players being unhappy and that kind of stuff. But, bro, we got a lot of work to do. We got trophies to win, and it's going to be harder. It's going to get harder and harder. So you need to have the squad that can play that. So when you take Salah off, the next person, it's not a big fall off. And that's the problem we had this season. We need to get Konate a contract now before Madrid pull off another trend. Facts. See, that's what I'm saying. Yes, there is priorities. There is levels to the priorities that we need. But Liverpool, the whole squad is a priority right now. If we're going to lose Gomez and Kwanzaa, the next 2 center backs you're bringing in have to be ready to go. If Konate is not playing, they have to be ready to go. If Virgil's going to take a break, they have to be ready to go. Konate's contract, if he doesn't sign a contract by the close to the end of the transfer, sell him. PSG will buy him. Madrid won't buy him, but PSG will buy him. And let them deal with that problem. But what if he doesn't want to sign a new contract? Then sell him. Tell him we're going to put you on the market. And if somebody comes in and they want to buy, bro, yes, our players also have a choice to whether they want to leave or not. But we also cannot have a player sit there for 2 years and go on a free. That is not right. He can say no and hold out. That's fine. We'll send you on loan. We will take the bullet and buy another player, but we'll send you on loan. We'll make as much money as possible because it makes no sense. Then you start to get back into those player power again. He can hold out. He has the right to hold out. We'll send you on loan, or we'll bring somebody else in and you can't play anymore. Players, a team can play dirty too. We could bring another super defender, and then, hey, the only time you play is if somebody's injured, which would affect you because you're not going to be able to go to Madrid, because guess what? You are not playing. He doesn't have to agree to a loan. That's true. We will bring somebody else in. And if you want to sit on the bench for 2 years, that's up to you. At the end of the day, the club have to do something that's best for them. Like I said, we cannot afford to let players go for free after 3 years. At the end of the day, we also have to exercise our power. It's a World Cup year, guys. He want to play. Exactly. Remember, France have some major center backs out there. They got a lot. That is a position that they have more than anybody. So if he wants to sit on the bench for 2 years, be my guest. At the end of the day, we could bring somebody who's as good as him. May not be maybe the same level, but we could bring somebody who's also very, very good and, give that person playing time, because you get better when you play. Konate at the beginning was shaky, but the more games he played, the better he got. So we are not going to bankrupt our club because a player doesn't want to sign. We did that with Trent. Obviously, Liverpool made it clear that money is not a problem, but we cannot afford to let players keep leaving for free. That makes no sense. We're spending all this money on them, and then they were like, oh, Madrid say after 2 years, don't sign a new contract. Stay there, stay put. Nah. Madrid don't have money. Hence the reason why they're going out here telling players stay for 2 years and then come for free. They don't have money. They have to pay for that stadium. And I believe from what we're hearing, that stadium is not generating as much money as they thought it would, especially now that they have to pay it off, right? That stadium is not just for football. It's supposed to be for tennis, concerts, and all kinds of different things. So that's why Barcelona is taking them forever to finish theirs. I didn't let anyone pulling that crap. I didn't let anyone pulling that crap rot in the reserve if they want to play ball. Exactly. At the end of the day, yeah, you don't have to go. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to do anything. That's okay. But we got to move on. The party has to move on. The party has to move on, and we have to bring a new DJ if we have to. You sit on the bench and wait. But yeah. Big up to ManDem. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It seems like a lot of people are getting different counts on how many people are in the building. YouTube gives different numbers. But please hit the like button. Hit the like button. I promise you, it won't be one person. I got 160 people in the building. Please, let's get at least 10% of that is what? 16? Nah, we need more than that. Let's get at least 60 likes, man. Let's get 60 likes. Come on, people. Hit the 60 likes. Most of you are on X. Hit my like on my X account, please, so I know that you are in the building. Yeah, so let's recap what we said. Frimpong, we saw the plane. He is done. They just have to, I think Friday, they'll probably, maybe today or tomorrow, they will show him out to the fans, signing the contract. A lot of people have made it seem that he and Wirtz wants to do it together, but nah, I'd rather have them do it separate. Every single one of them should have their own time in the sun, right? In the spotlight. So Frimpong, we know his is done. He did his medical, passed both of them. Frimpong, c'est fini. Wirtz, I think the deal is almost done. It's really, 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 really close. I probably think that they will do his medical up in Germany at the camp. So I'm very excited about that player, even though Musiala is my favorite. Yeah, people don't worry about the Wirtz thing. Don't worry. Yes, PTSD is real, but don't worry about Wirtz. I believe it's done. It's just both clubs are crossing the T's. He knows what he's gonna get. The clubs are both agree on the fee. Some people are saying 120 million pounds. Some say 110. I think it's probably going to be about 85 plus add-ons that will push it to over 100, right? So it's good money well spent. This kid is young. He's going to be here for a long time, and we're going to get him at his peak. So I'm excited. Kerkez, I think that deal is just up to between the two clubs. Bournemouth is trying to get as much money as possible. I think they're trying to get between 45 to 50. Liverpool are trying to hit it between 35 to 40. I think an agreement is going to be 38 plus some add-ons. But Kerkez and Liverpool have already agreed on personal terms. So as soon as the deal is done with Bournemouth, you're going to see that deal is going to go really swift. As soon as Bournemouth agree with Liverpool, what's going on is done. The thing is, Bournemouth, Hughes, so they are in constant communication, right? I think Edward is the main dude with Wirtz, because he's the one who have established communication from what we're hearing since 2020. So, yeah, on that part, I think people should be like, well, how are we doing deals with multiple people at once instead of focusing? No. We got the people doing that. We got the people. That's why we pay them the big bucks. Now Ekitike, that one flew from nowhere, and even when you listen to what they're saying Chelsea is the one who is the concrete one. Chelsea is the one who have talked to Frankfurt about the deal. I'm surprised Chelsea are going after another up-and-coming player instead of getting a leader like Osimhen, who's the one they wanted. I don't know why all of a sudden they don't want Osimhen again, but it's very interesting for me. Chelsea do need a striker. I don't know how Ekitike and Jackson is going to work, but hey, that's up to Chelsea problem. But I do not think Liverpool is going to go after Ekitike. I think it's another hype player. It's another silly season something. People just put it in there to get clicks. But if content creators are talking about Ekitike, bro, if we Liverpool are looking for somebody who is going to dominate up top, and we need to stop bringing players that quote unquote and the slot has to fix him, then that is not the dude, especially for 100 million. That makes no sense to me. Is he somebody we can bring in and say he is also with somebody else? Yes. Is he good? He's an up-and-coming player that I think is going to be doing very well. But right now, what Liverpool is trying to do, that's not the dude. If you're going to go for Ekitike, you might as well go for João Pedro. And even João Pedro, yeah, he's doing well at Brighton, but I don't think he is that dude yet. Right? We need to move on from this Bobby Firmino 2.0 through 2.5 type of player. That football is moving away from that. We need somebody who could put the ball in the back of the net consistently. Not somebody who can drop the shoulder and dribble from the midfield. Oh, he dropped deep. Yeah, that's tacticals wet dreams. We need somebody who is sitting in the box. He gets the ball and put the ball in the back of the net. If you have somebody who's consistently doing that, you don't need your striker to drop it deep, because a striker who puts the ball in the net consistently is already making the defenders worry. The reason why a lot of times, if you have a player who can score a lot of goals, then you need him to be moving around so that he can trick the center backs or the defense, because they need space and time to score. But if you have a player who scores goals easily, they don't need to move around, because guess what? One chance, one goal. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. A lot of people are just looking for PlayStation style of football players where, oh, he dropped his shoulders. Oh, nah, bro. Dropping the shoulders and missing the goal. I'm not here for YouTube highlights. I'm here for you. Ball leaves your foot, back of the net. Excuse me. Whatever it is, he's worth it. Yep, that's Wirtz. He is worth it. It was mentioned a while back that the noise about Ekitike is coming from the player's agent. Maybe because the agent saw how much money Mamouche was, that whole package. So it'd be like, hey, let's get the same thing. The thing is, like I said, PSG needs a striker. They have Dembele floating all over the place. But yet, they let Ekitike go. You could have Pele up front, and it won't matter if you can create chances for him. Facts. See, the whole idea of a player dropping into the midfield to pull the defenders out of the way so that you have somebody running into the channel is when a lot of times you have your team, you don't have somebody who banging goals consistently, who is a high goals, they get 10 chances, they score 5, right? But if you have somebody who scores goals, he doesn't need to be moving any center back, because he is already, commanding attention. When your player like Haaland doesn't need to be dropping in left or right. Yeah, does he do it? Yes, he does, because that's how they play. But Haaland, most of the time, is staying up front. He's up there. Find him, ball in the back of the net. And the fact that we have Wirtz coming, that means the striker doesn't need to do that. Wirtz could be doing that. And he also commands a lot of attention. That means there's always going to be a hole somewhere or a space somewhere for their striker to attack or for Wirtz to attack or anybody else in that matter. Florian Wirtz has arrived in Liverpool. Honesty with the bomber. Honesty with the bomber. Told you. It's coming. So Florian Wirtz has also won Bundesliga Player of the Season back to back. If you guys don't think this player is not worth it, then I don't know what to tell you. And there's pictures of Florian Wirtz in Liverpool right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The deal is going to be done, people. Don't worry. Like I said, you will hear something today, tomorrow, or whatever. But there are pictures of Florian Wirtz in Liverpool. I think he's here for his medical. And then we will probably get a bomber today. But I don't think the whole Ekitike thing has legs. I think it's just, I'll be surprised if Liverpool, he is the one that Liverpool's gonna spend 100 million on. I'll be really, really, really surprised. But anyway, big up to ManDem in the building. Thank you for being with your boy. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. And people who are gonna watch the show later, please comment. I'd like to hear from you. Agree or disagree? Let me know. That's what makes this channel so great. Big up to Akeem. Big up yourself. I just want to see what the team looks like after the trip. Bro, I think my next on my next stream, that's what we will do. I already know. Isak has to be one of them. And guess what? Who's behind him? Wirtz. Salah on the right. Diaz or Gakpo on the left. The midfield, the two is the one that I don't even know. Gravenberg, Szoboszlai, McAllister. Oh, shoot. I even threw what's his name? Curtis in there too. Left side, you got Kerkez. Right side, you got Bradley or Frimpong. Of course, Big Verge and Konate. Man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. What I want to see more is when we make a substitution, the next person coming in, that is the one that I want to see. He said, anyone who doesn't rate Wirtz is watching the wrong sport. That is facts. That is facts. I haven't seen a single negative comment from an LFC fan on Wirtz, to be fair. Well, you know, Irishman, let me tell you something. I've seen LFC fans being negative because Slot won the league. Let it sink in for a little bit. Big up yourself, guys. We need to get you back on the show, brother. Get you out of retirement. We need to put you on the what's his name, Jerry James contract, where he doesn't do his channel anymore, but he's on other people's channel. We need to bring you back, man. You got a lot to say. And we need you to give it to the masses. Pause. Big up, big up, big up. I am live. Oh, okay, people. Irishman is live at 6, please. Show up, Legacy, show up. Come on now. Big up yourself, man. He said, oh, I know those guys too. I told you, man. The day that I said that, people thought I was crazy. Like, what do you mean people have said that Liverpool won the league? And that came from Liverpool fans. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. There are so much agenda merchants out there who are so upset that Liverpool won the league. And those are Liverpool fans. Rivals are quiet right now. We have silenced the rivals. We have totally silenced the rivals. They are here shaking their boots. Realistically, I don't think we will sign Isak. We might get either Sesko or Ekitike. Bro, Ekitike is the same price as Isak. Sesko is in the 80s. If we're gonna spend that kind of cash, get Isak. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Thank you so well, Jimmy. I'm ready. All right, man. I'll send the bat sign. The Baz sign. You get it? Get it? They are club fans, not LFC fans. Man, those are also those type of fans that we need to push out of Liverpool. The fans who just follow players or managers, we don't need that. We are LFC, not Player FC or Manager FC. You know, the Shannon Sharp type of people who just follow LeBron wherever he goes. He was a Miami fan. He was a Cleveland fan. And now he's a LA fan. Right now, LeBron goes to Louisiana. He becomes a Pelican fan. Pelican fan. But anyway, big up to y'all, man. Thank you so much for rocking with your boy. You could have been anywhere else, but you took your time to be with me. I appreciate you, Anfield Irishman. The people, don't forget, go to Irishman's Football and subscribe. Please go watch his show. He'll be available at 6. Big things popping over there. Good conversation and debate. Yes, sir. I think I'm back on Friday with Ant-Man on his channel. We always have a conversation over there. He said, my bad, the worst news is fake. Sorry, people. Honesty, you are here, we giving you bombers, and then you are giving us fake news. Man, you are fired. Production, make sure he doesn't show up anymore. He's fired. Big up yourself, man. Thank you so much, people. I appreciate you all. Please, before you leave, if you haven't, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Get us to, 392 before the show is over. Please, please, please. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Kwesi Bowl. Peace. Hey.